Okay, so the way you run in Smash Bros. And in Kirby games is you flick on the control stick, right? You flick the stick to run. You want to run to the left, and these are 2D games. You want to run to the left, you want to run to the right. You flick on the stick. If you want to move normally, you just move the stick. But if you want to run, you flick on it, right? And this feels very natural to run in this way, and I don't get why more games don't do this. It feels way better than clicking on the stick to run. It just works in Kid Icarus Uprising, right? This is the only 3D game that does this, Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS. This is the only 3D game that I know of that uses this. Flicking to run in the game. And you just flick the control stick to run. And the question is, does this work in a 3D game? In a 3D space? And the answer is yes. This game, Kid Icarus Uprising, is a 3D third-person shooter, and it works. The movement, it feels very good.
And then I can slide the circle pad forward to move in that direction.
Right. Speaking of moving, you know how to dash, don't you?
Nope.
Quickly flick the circle pad in any direction to dash that way. Hold it to run.
That move feels so familiar.
I think they used it in that one series, Super Bash Sisters.
You mean Super Smash Brothers?
I don't think it was that.
It's definitely that.
You'll get winded if you run for too long, so mind your stamina.
Guess I can't just run past all the enemies. Darn you, balanced gameplay.
So, flicking the control stick is definitely a recognizable input in games because Smash Bros. And Kirby use it. I hope that this is how you run in the new 3D Kirby game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And this is just an unused input in games that aren't made by Sakurai, and they would be an awesome addition using this control scheme for movement. You'd also be able to use clicking on the left stick as an input to do something else. So run buttons suck. In Super Mario 64 DS, you need to hold down a dedicated run button. I think it's like the Y button, and you're holding down this button the entire game. You never let go of this run button. So these games are not the worst offenders though. The worst possible movement in a video game has to be every game made by Rockstar Games. Rockstar Games have hands down the worst running and movement, and no one ever talks about this. In GTA, in Red Dead Redemption, you need to constantly tap the A button to run, right? You hold down, you hold up, and you're just tapping the A button like you're on PS4, you're holding up, tapping X the entire game to run. You need to constantly, repeatedly tap a button to run the entire game. Even when you're riding a horse in Red Dead, you need to constantly tap a button to go faster. And this is the gameplay, the whole game. My hand was so tired after playing this game, but nobody ever talks about this or brings this up or complains about it. You're talking about like the story and stuff, but literally 75% of this game is this. You're running more than you're walking. Most of the game you're running, so Rockstar Games, stop making me repeatedly tap a button to run. Flicking to run is just better. Just flicking on the control stick, it feels more natural. The movement in Kid Icarus Uprising feels very good and very natural. And this is a third-person shooter. To walk, you use the control stick normally, and when you want to run, you just flick it in any direction that you want to run in. It feels very good. That's it. Flick to run. This movement works and it should be used in more games. See ya.